Okay. Happy New Year. Good to be with you. Good time to reinvigorate our inspiration for our practice, which is setting an intention and a resolution over and over again all throughout the year. But I love that there's a dedicated time of year where we reflect and do this together. One really great place to start for humans. In terms of your intentions with your spiritual practice is with kindness towards yourself. And so I would like to start our meditation today with a metta practice, the Brahma Viharas, of placing our attention on this human emotion or mind state, you can call it. We have metta in us. We don't have a perfect word like we do for sadness. If you say sadness, you're like, yeah, I know what that is. If you say loving kindness, which is the translation of metta, we don't really have a word where that points to something that leads to an understanding of exactly what that is. So this is where that language limits theory comes from. Our language forms, the conceptual understanding of reality. But try to understand and incline your attention to know that you have this kind of love in your heart that is universal, that breaks down all the walls of self-hatred, judgment of others, dissatisfaction, fear, and aversion. And so it's called the kind of love that is free, where it frees our inner psyches of the walls that we're used to living in. And I'm sure many of you know, because you've done a lot of metta practice, when you practice this quality, it's always encouraged that you begin with yourself. And as you start to deepen the practice of this quality, what you see is that this extension of metta towards yourself is the same as extending it towards other beings, towards all other beings. As soon as we start to extend this love and kindness to every aspect of ourselves, even the sides of ourselves that we normally like to hide away from others or that we're ashamed of in some way, then we start to make peace with the world. I don't know if you've heard of a great monk named Mahagosananda, but he was, I know Jack refers to him regularly, so maybe some of you have heard of him. He was nominated for the Nobel Prize, I think like 4 different times in the 90s. And he was Cambodian, and he had organized during the time of the Khmer Rouge or post-Khmer Rouge and Pol Pot in Cambodia and post-killing fields, these walks through Cambodia where he was practicing loving kindness meditation. So, and walking through the country that had been destroyed through a genocide by Pol Pot and the killing fields. He was spared because he was a monk in Thailand at that time. But his family the majority of his family was wiped out. And even in those conditions, he was able to practice this beautiful quality of the universal love for himself and for all beings. But he was asked by a New York Times reporter what he was doing in the monasteries during that time. And he said, I was making peace with myself. Because when I make peace with myself, I make peace with the world. So not underestimating the potential or the beauty and power of the practice of extending loving kindness towards ourselves. So as we do this practice, we'll spend more time maybe than usual with extending this quality to ourselves, and then we'll extend it out to all beings everywhere. So make sure you're muted and set up a comfortable posture. Happy New Year. Let's start this new year together. Connecting with our deepest values. So as you set up your posture, allow yourself to let go of any gripping or tightness or holding in your body. You can take any kind of breath that would help you to release clinging, tightness, holding in your body, tension in your body. A few breaths, if that is helpful for you. And then connecting with simplicity in that at this moment of our meditation practice, we have just one job. And for metta meditation, that job is to stoke the mind state of kindness towards ourselves. So let go of all the ways that you condemn yourself, judge yourself, and are hard on yourself. And bring up the recognition of your preciousness. All life is precious. And you are precious. And we know we don't always relate to ourselves with that truth. So let's practice relating to ourselves in such a way, with forgiveness, with compassion, and with a deep respect. And then our thoughts are what feeds our mind states. So we place our attention on thoughts that will stoke this flame of loving kindness in our hearts. And each thought reverberates through your nervous system, touches every cell of your body, goes into your bloodstream. Fearful, stressful thoughts have a negative consequence on your body. Thoughts of loving kindness have a healing effect on your body. So just try to do one thought at a time. May I be safe and protected from harm. May I be healthy and strong of body. May I be happy and peaceful of mind. May I be safe and protected from harm. May I be healthy and strong of body. May I be happy and peaceful of mind. And if you're newer to the practice of metta, if those phrases are difficult for you to remember, then just may I be safe, healthy, and happy. May I be safe, healthy, and happy. Allowing the reverberating positive effects to run through your body and psyche. May I be safe, healthy, and happy. May I be safe, healthy, and happy. We uncling from our ideas of what will bring us happiness, our ideas of what we need, our agendas. And we connect with our deepest desire. Expanding and broadening the mind, expanding and broadening the heart, and releasing clinging. May I be safe, healthy, and happy. Mind wandering again and again, gently coming back again and again, is what bhavana is: meditation, cultivation. So you're not doing it wrong when the mind wanders, it will constantly. And then you just redirect. May I be safe, healthy, and happy. Allowing yourself to let go of the other jobs of judging and fixing, planning, worrying. Surrender all of it and just give the reins of the heart mind to may I be safe, healthy, and happy. Periodically check in for tension in your body, relaxing again, releasing any gripping. The heart and your jaw, behind your navel. Let yourself be at ease. Relaxed body, relaxed mind, and just the energy it takes to take attention and place it on these thoughts of loving kindness. Feel your nervous system soothed, your organs soothed, and really extending these thoughts into your body, into your nervous system, into your organs, into your muscles, bones, blood. And extending the thoughts into your psyche and into the places that you shame, into shame itself, into anger, into greed, into fear. Making peace with all parts of yourself. May every cell in my body be safe, healthy, and happy. May all my thoughts, feelings, and emotions be safe, healthy, and happy. And then begin to extend those thoughts to those that are dear to you. Let various people come into your mind who you love, releasing your judgments of them, releasing your criticisms, releasing your resentments for now, and wishing them happiness, safety, and peace. You might visualize them, see them smiling, see them well, even if they're not. May my friends and family be safe and protected from harm, healthy and strong of body, happy and peaceful of mind. We go of all clinging to comfort as we practice meditation. Sometimes we're comfortable, sometimes we're really uncomfortable. And it is only the clinging to comfort that causes any problems. We know how to be uncomfortable, so walk through it one step at a time, one moment, one phrase. May my friends and family be safe, healthy, and happy. And then extending those thoughts in all directions, north, south, east, west, above and below, from your heart outwards in all directions to all beings, excluding no one, animals and insects and every kind of being in all the realms and all the universes. May all beings everywhere be safe and protected, healthy and strong, happy and peaceful. May all beings everywhere be safe and protected, healthy and strong, happy and peaceful. So delightful to practice with you all. Happy New Year. If you joined a little bit late, I'm Melissa McKay, and I am stepping in for Trudy today. She's in Costa Rica. She got ill. It's nice to see so many people gathering here, a sign that we're connecting with our deepest values and intentions in this new year, as we should. I don't know if Trudy regularly directs you, but I know that this is a practice group where you have a recurring link. If you could regularly get in the habit of registering or offering your dana through the page of the practice, that's how Trudy gets donations. That's how InsightLA gets donations. For those of you that just popped in, I'm functioning as the interim executive director, and one of the changes that we're making at InsightLA is to have fewer staff and more dana-based programs. So if you're unfamiliar with this word dana, it's the practice of generosity. And Buddhist practice and teaching and mindfulness in general was always meant to be given freely. So we are able to do that. And then we are in turn supported by generosity. I have a little news for many in this group. This will be relevant to you, but there is a potential, and we'll be sending out an appeal for returning to the space in Santa Monica. So Tuesday in the newsletter, we will send out an appeal to do the fundraising required to do that. The landlord there very much wants us back. For those that are not in the LA area, that means nothing for this group. It will still be available online. But if you are interested and inspired by having physical space and gathering in community in person again, which I know so many people are, look out this week in the newsletter for that appeal and support that appeal to come back into our physical space in Olympic gathering community, refuge, which is what InsightLA is meant to be for all. So again, Happy New Year. May we all grow in our depth of our practice and in our heart in expansive and liberating ways this year, and we will surely if we put in the causes to do so, right? That's how liberation comes, not randomly, but by putting in the causes for the liberation of the heart and the mind. That's what our practice is, and those of us that practice regularly mindfulness, that's what we're doing. The word mindfulness means to remember to observe. There's a remembering aspect of being aware in the present moment. And we start to see that the majority of the time we're forgetting, and we're lost in the conditioning of the mind, habituating. And some of that conditioning is good. We get up, we go to work, we take care of ourselves. That's good conditioning. If we eat and take care of the body, that's good conditioning. If we eat well, that's even better conditioning. Maybe you exercise, maybe you're kind to your loved ones, maybe you clean your house. Do you guys clean your house ever? That's a sign of good, wise conditioning, right? So that wisdom side of us that does take care of ourselves, that does show ourselves loving kindness, is something that we're expanding when we practice mindfulness meditation. And we are contracting or letting go of, shrinking all of the negative habits of mind, the ways that we do not take care of ourselves, do not take care of the heart and the mind and the psyche, things that we do habituate that lead towards anxiety or depression or self-doubt. We're weakening the inner critic. And so we all have this heart potential for an expansive mind. We're not stuck with our current conditioning. Practice helps us to get there. We hear regularly in the world that people don't change. And, you can, if you look around the world, you can see people can, and I say this out from compassion, really get stuck in patterns, right, in their life. Do you guys know people like that? Are you like that in some ways? Like we're so stuck. Yeah, exactly. I know myself. Exactly. The human mind can get really stuck in its conditioning. And so it is hard to change. But mindfulness is the very um, mental factor that enables change. Because at a moment of mindfulness, we're watching the conditioning, and then we see there's a path I can go down what this strong conditioning of my mind is telling me to again, or I can take another path. And as soon as we're carving a new path in our life, there's discomfort. And that's why it is difficult. But it doesn't stay that way, because new habits can become habituated and then they aren't as uncomfortable. So to change is hard, but it is most certainly possible. It takes practice. And that's what the whole Buddhist path is, to set out in conscious ways of practicing in body, in speech, and in mind in ways that lines up with the natural laws of the world. And the natural laws of the world are really, from the deepest place, beautiful, uplifting, and good, because the natural laws of the world will show us when we are harming others. For example, the world stops supporting us. And when we're coming from a place of kindness and love and compassion, the world really starts to support us. So that is such good news. Can you imagine if it was the opposite? What kind of realm we would live in if it was the opposite? This is cause and effect, the law of karma. And while we see good people endure tragedies and difficulties that can make us lose faith in this sense of cause and effect, we can observe it. We can't observe it totally. And the Buddha said it's one of the imponderables, how this cause and effect law comes into being, because causes are coming from so many different places, or possibly across lifespans, to come in. The effect is this present moment as it is. It's imponderable to really understand and grasp cause and effect. But we can observe it on small levels. And one way to observe it is to see, after meditating, if you're meditating correctly, you might experience a positive benefit. Maybe there's calm. That was a cause that you put in that led to that effect. You can see the causes and effects of your generosity in the world when you step up and help another being. There's an effect to that is positive, makes you happy, makes you uplifted. So we are always living by this law. And the seed of this law, the cause, comes from a word in Buddhist psychology, cetana. So what is the seed that we are planting? Cetana. The translation is intention. So during this time of year, as we reflect on our intentions, this is something that's really good to do. So I encourage everybody to do it as part of your practice. And spend some time today, or someday soon, and then re-spend some time again, weekly, daily, monthly, whatever you're inspired to do. What is it that I would like to see manifest in my life, in my heart? Sometimes I'll focus on just the quality, the highest virtue in all religions it's pointed to, including in the practice of Buddhism, patience. So maybe we spend some time developing that virtue, that quality within ourselves. How do we do it? By practicing it. How will patience come into being? By showing up with patience, by repeating them again and again and again and again. Or maybe it is this quality of loving kindness and care for ourselves, which I really recommend be the first step of any spiritual practice. That the first thing you establish in your meditation practice in the morning, for example, or in the evening, whenever you practice meditation. A little intention in there, hand in hand with mindfulness, hand in hand with concentration, whatever technique you are using, is this intention to be kind to yourself. And I was told that pretty early on in my practice, and I brushed it aside for a long time. So I had to spend several times of my practice, and particularly on intensive practice and retreat practice, where I was trying to lead myself with criticism and, just a sense of being really hard on myself. And then I started to see, well, this is an unwholesome quality. I'm trying to get rid of hatred by hating myself. And that won't work. And so from what place do we do our practice? I went through a period of time, for example, that I was afraid of digging up deeper psychological responses. And so I was leading my practice with worry, and or we can lead our practice with a sense of striving, trying to reach something, clinging to pleasant experiences in our practice, for example. We can lead our practice from a place of not wanting to experience or feel certain parts of existence or our life or our psyche or our heart. So that's okay. We will actually do that because we are not fully enlightened. We're not fully illuminated in our subconscious mind. That's what illumination is. That's what enlightenment is. Liberation is to really see deeply the subconscious mind. And that takes some quiet dedication to be able to get there, right? And really see it. So we'll be motivated by all kinds of forces unseen. But one of the ways of dealing with that is to just set that as an intention, to be kind to myself, and start living by that. And kindness doesn't mean like, oh, I'm going to be kind. I want to sleep, so I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to be kind. I want some cake, so I'm going to have some cake. It doesn't mean giving in to all of our whims, right? A true sense of kindness is connecting with happy. What can I do to be happy and healthy and to care for myself? We wake up in the morning, we have agendas in life, right? We have various agendas, how the day should work out for us. I need this particular thing, these people to behave in this way. And it's really funny how that forms in our mind if we look at it carefully. It's just an idea. And it's funny the way ideas can come into our mind and then create, and we believe them, and then a whole world is created on that idea. I need this particular person, place, or thing to be happy. When we're practicing kindness for ourselves, then the mind is liberated, free from an agenda. And when the mind is free from an agenda, then it's expansive and open, and your life might take a different course from what the rigid mind said it should. New opportunities, new ideas, new inspirations, new energies can come through from that open-minded space, not clinging to any kind of agenda. So taking this time of year to set your intentions, I really recommend doing it for your spiritual practice. What qualities do you want to see manifest? And then my recommended intention for the year. Well, one of them is, which I've been doing in my weekly practice group, and it seems to inspire everybody, is to let every day of our lives increase the awareness of ourselves. Increase the moments of awareness in our life where we're giving whatever we're doing our full attention, undistracted. Whether it is a leisure activity or a work activity or eating or care for yourself or time with a loved one, a dear person. Showing up to that with awareness. Okay, that's a great intention to set. And Like all good intentions, we set them and we forget. We set them and we forget. We set them and we forget. We set them and we remember. And then we forget. And then we set them and we remember. And the remembering starts to increase. And remembering begets more remembering. And then the new habits that are uplifting and onward leading start to form. And you start to rise above the heaviness that you've gotten accustomed to feeling in your heart or in your life, and you start to have more joy, more contentment, more peace, more happiness, deeper connection with others as we connect on a spiritual level. And so then more faith, trust and confidence in the practice, more faith, trust and confidence in the refuge of the community and of the teachers who are inspiring you. So awareness increasing every day is a good one, but another really good one is taking that time to go, okay, what's going to lead my practice, the reins of my practice, is going to be this sense of respect and care and kindness towards myself. That will heal a whole lot. That will heal the inner oppressor. And the inner oppressor is going to keep coming back if it's habituated in you, and it was in me. Still is in me. I still have to practice. Still have to make the effort to overcome the inner oppressor. But little by little, with planting that seed, that oppressor can become weaker. We don't believe those thoughts, those voices anymore. And we see the real benefit, which I was blind to in the beginning of my practice, of respect and care and kind for yourself. So happy New Year, and may we all grow in the heart in deep and broad ways, and continue to seek the refuge that is the Dharma to protect us in life. It will if we live by it.